CSS Specificity Hierarchy. It means which style will win. Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. CSS Specificity Hierarchy is very important for anyone who work with CSS. It is crucial. You must know it, otherwise you will get confused. So which style has the most priority or the highest priority is here from 1 to 5. Number 1, inline style. Inline style has the highest priority and it overrides any other styles if it is given using ID, class, element, or a combination of these selectors. We talked about selectors previously in this course. The important keyword in CSS has a higher priority than inline style. It even overrides the inline style, but without the important keyword, inline style has the highest priority. You should use the important keyword carefully because it can confuse you. It confuses the CSS itself. For example, if you have multiple styles in a CSS file and then you have a style inside the style element in the head of your HTML, and then you have also inline style, and then you use important keyword mixed also in the inline class and also in your CSS file, and it will confuse the CSS and it will not work. You will also get confused and you will not know why your style is not working, and that's why you have to use the tools and debug your CSS. And if you are good at debugging of CSS using the browser tools, then you will find the problem or the bug. Otherwise you will get headache. Then you have ID selector after inline styles. Any style using the ID selector will win and get applied. After that you have class selector, pseudo class selector, attribute selectors, and then you have element selector and pseudo element selector, and the end you have star selector. So star selector has 0 priority, and if you combine different selectors you increase the priority level of style or CSS specificity hierarchy. Now let me show you all of this in practice. As an example, we have here this div container. This has the class specificity hierarchy, an ID CSS SH for specificity hierarchy, and then it has inline class width 300 pixel, height 250 pixel, background green, and it looks like this. Let us give the same style with a little bit different using ID. Here we use ID, number sign, and then the name of the ID, and here we want to give, instead of 300 pixel width, we want it to have 400 pixel width. And let us see, nothing changed, and here we see that our style with the ID has a line through, which means that it is disabled or is overwritten. And this is the inline element dot style. This always if you see this, it means that it is inline style. So it has width 300 pixel. If we manually disable this in the tool, now you see that the style with the ID is applied. Then let us use class. Now we try to change the background. Background we say blue instead of green. This element, this container, has styles in different places. It has an inline style, it has a style using ID and also using class. You see also line through here. It means that this is overridden by the inline style. Now if you disable that, you see the background blue, and then by default by the browser, if you don't disable it manually, it is the style from the inline. But if we use here important, it will win. So now you have here background blue important, it won, and now we see line through over background in the inline style. Now if we remove the width property from the inline style, we see that now the width is from the ID style. We give also width using the class, say width 350 pixel. Now we see line through on width 300 pixel using the class style, because it is overridden by the ID style. You see here another thing, we have div empty. Empty is a CSS pseudo class selector. So we see first line through on the class style. You see line through on pseudo class style. If you disable the style using the ID, now you see that this style won. This is now 300. Now let us remove it from the ID and bring it here. Copy paste this to test the equal specificity. So these are both the same thing, the same class, same background, and only we change here the width. So the width is here 400 and here is 350. Let's make it 300 to see the difference. And the background color we make it let's say this color. Now these two classes have different styles, and we see that the latest style won.